This video was brought to you by Primal Driven and JDMbrand.com.
What's up guys, it's Mike. Today I spent almost 2 hours watching fight videos on YouTube. Some days we just have those days where we just want to sit around and watch videos. But anyways, I am awake and I am semi-conscious, so let's go outside and pump up my tires. Remember I have that low rear passenger tire that was super low. We're gonna go pump it up and then we're gonna go gas up the car. I don't even know what gas prices are right now, but it's probably something ridiculous. I live in California, so it's really, really expensive. But anyways, let's head outside and see what we can do with the car.
So over to the car, here's the beast that's been sitting for a long time. We're gonna go ahead and start it up real quick, but let me go ahead and open the trunk to get the pump out of the car. So if you guys don't have one of these yet, you must have one. It's a portable pump for your tires. Really important to have. Now before plugging in the pump, I'm gonna have to start up the car real quick and make sure it's always in neutral. Start up the car. And I love when you start up the car, the needles move over. I think it's kind of cool. E-brakes up. Car is almost empty on gas. We're gonna go get gas in a little bit. And then take this right here, plug it into my cigarette lighter. And that's it. So this is my passenger side here. This is my handy dandy meter, so I can measure the air pressure for the tire. I'm gonna take off the cap and let's see how much it reads. All right, let's try it again. And it looks like it's 0. It's actually pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to pump this up ASAP. And I think there's actually a leak in it. But let me maneuver this and try to get it in there. Alright, and you hit the on button, and it's pretty loud, but it'll pump. It takes a little while, but since it's a smaller pump. Since we're just sitting here and waiting, let's go ahead and rev the car up. Have some fun. So I'm going to pump up a few more tires here. I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm just going to show you real quick what I'm doing. Just taking off the valve cap and then seeing what the pressure is for the PSI, making sure it's within range between 30 and 35. And then if it's low, I'm going to go ahead and pump it. So this one requires a little bit of air, but I'm going to do this to all 4 tires. Nothing too interesting here, so we're not going to go through all of it. Unless you guys really want me to, just leave a comment and I'll figure it out and I'll make it for you guys. But in the meantime, check out these wheels. They're plastic dip. They've held up real well, and that's just a bunch of dirt. And so far, so good. So some of you guys have spotted similar cars like mine. If you see the Primal sticker like this is definitely me. Not too many people have this sticker. So this is going to be me with the Smurfinwrx on the side also. And we're still waiting for the tire to finish on the back side. But this is how it looks. It's the pump and goes over to the tire where my webs are. And then from there, it's plugged into my cigarette lighter all the way in my car. A really simple setup. Always have this, you guys. I can't suggest this enough, but to have this is really handy just in case you're out on the road or something on a road trip, and then you get stranded because of a low tire. You can always pump it up in the meantime to figure it out, because sometimes gas stations aren't nearby. But look at the webs. Pretty crazy. I haven't driven it in a while. Oh, and some of you guys are wondering how many miles I have on the car, and so far so good. I had 23 miles per gallon in my last tank, and that was about 355 miles. Right now it's 37,869 miles on the car, so it's still pretty babied. It's 2011. So far so good. And here's another must-have item in your car. It's a California Duster. I've had this since my first car. So it's real old and it's dirty, but it works really well. So for a quick dust down, it works really well. So I have a Primal sticker in the front too, if you guys didn't notice, right under the scoop. And a little bird doo-doo in my car. So we'll go ahead and clean that off too while we wait for the tire to pump up. All right, I think it's done. Let me go ahead and pop this off, and we're gonna measure it one more time. And it looks like it's going to be about mid 30s, so that's gonna be fine. If it's a slow leak, it's gonna slowly go down. So I'm gonna cap this and pump up the other tires, but I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. So no coilovers yet. You guys have been asking. It will be on soon, I hope, depending if I get a hatchback or not. If not, then I'll put on these soon. So into the car and take for a drive. We're gonna go ahead and get gas, and the car was empty on gas, so definitely important to get it right now. And the car drives real smooth. I'm real happy with it. Real fun to drive. I got to drive an STI recently as a test drive, but unfortunately I didn't get it because there's some issues with it. I noticed like two-tone paints on the car, and the record showed that there's no accidents, but just by looking at it you can tell it's not the right color. It was actually a pearl white, so a part of the car was pearl white and a part of it is just white. And I sat there and looked at it real carefully and I noticed it, so that's why I didn't end up getting it. But I can definitely tell you I was like seconds away from getting one. But it feels real nice to be in the car again. I can't even tell you guys how much I miss driving this car. Been driving an automatic for a while now, and just being in a stick shift car is a lot of fun again. So I definitely cannot be away from my car for this long. But let's go ahead and get some gas. I'm almost there. Gotta pump up some gas. Luckily gas prices are lower than last year. And unfortunately we only have 91, but at least it's 279 or 272 for 91 octane. I don't think this thing works. My car's thirsty. Fill this bad boy up. Having my Subaru is not that bad considering my Camaro got 17 miles per gallon and one summer got 9 miles per gallon when I was racing it on the drag strip. So having this is not bad considering I get like 23 to 25. Can't complain. Since we're standing here waiting, let's go ahead and check the tire pressure one more time just to make sure it's not leaking really fast where it's going to be real dangerous. So take the cap off, and here's my handy dandy meter here, and it's going to be pretty much just 35, close to 40. So it's a bit high, but it'll do. I'm not driving it real hard or anything crazy, so at least I know it's not low. So $40 to fill this up. Very nice. I'm glad it's not those $60 or $80 days anymore. $40, I can deal with this. Cap it up. I've seen some people drive off without capping it. It's kind of funny. I've seen someone actually drive off with the hose still attached to it. Funny until you realize shit can go bad. One of the things I always do is I always reset my meter. That way I get the mileage set up reset. So I always go over to my oldest one and I hold down on it and it resets to 0. If you look over, it's going to be 0 here. So now it's going to calculate my miles, kind of get an idea of what miles per gallon I'm getting. So the car's all fueled up now. The low tire pressure is still on, but it's going to be there for another 10 to 15 miles until it resets itself to go away. I'm not too concerned about it since I did measure it, so everything's a-okay. And the car is no longer thirsty, it's no longer hungry. And now it can actually go for a nice drive. But anyways, guys, I'm back on the road and now I'm off to driving. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that was somewhat entertaining for you guys. I know nothing interesting here, but you know, gotta pump up my tires and trying to get everything situated before I get to drive my car. I am still looking for new wheels, so we're gonna look for that. But right now, I am looking for a new hatchback STI, but they're really hard to find. At least find one that's in good condition. So I'm still shopping around, still looking. So be patient. I'll crank out more videos for you guys. Any requests, let me know. Meantime, check me out on Instagram, Smurfinwrx. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Asking how big is he now? You guys got a kind of a glimpse of the other video of how big he is. He is quite large. Whoa. About 40 pounds now. He's big. I can hold him like a baby too. See? Turbo. It's a baby dog. He's pretty big now. I'll show you guys some videos of when he was young.